What's up, good people? In today's class we are going to be cutting and sewing this pleated palazzo trouser, just like you have seen in the thumbnail. Okay, so this palazzo trouser, you can pleat yours or you can gather yours, but in my own case I pleated it. So can you see that? So my pleating is kind of bold. You can pleat yours tiny but not very tiny. Okay, all right, so this palazzo trouser came with a band, a waistband, 2 inches waistband. If you are new to my channel, you are very welcome, and to my returning subscribers I will say let's do this again. So soulmates, here I have my fabric on fold. Can you see that my fabric is on fold? Now I want to mark out my measurement. I'm using 22 inches. Now how do I get this 22 inches? I divided my hip measurement by 4, okay, and that gave me 10.75. Then I times it by 2, and so I got 21.5. okay, but I rounded it up to 22 inches. That's why I marked out 22 inches. Okay, so that your hip measurement that you divided by 4, okay, the result you now times it by 2 or you times by 3. You times by 3 in a case where you want yours to be very bulky, but in my own case I don't want it to be that bulky. That is why I times by 2, and as you guys can see, the palazzo is full but not too exaggerated. Okay, moving on, I marked in my baseline like I normally do. So the next thing I'm going to do is to take my measurement. So I minused 1.5 from my crotch measurement. Okay, my crotch measurement, that's the crotch depth, is 11 inches, but I added 1 inch, okay, so that I'll have a little bit of ease around my thigh area. So I threw away 1.5 inches before marking in my 12 inches. Okay, then after marking in, you are going to connect your lines. So after connecting your lines, the next thing you're going to do is to mark out 2 inches. So I use that part as my inseam. That's why I marked out the 2 inches there. Okay, at this point you can use any side as your inseam, but once it's determined, okay, you've created your crotch line and depth there, you're going to forever use it as your inseam line. Now at the waistline there, I came in by 1.5 inches and I connected it with my hip curve. I think I'm trying to bring my hip curve now. Okay, so after that I connected it from the crotch line there all the way to the hip line. Okay, so did you see that? So the next thing I'm going to do at the inseam line, now I'm going to mark out 1.5 inches at the hemming, that's the lower part of the trouser. I marked out 1.5 inches. So after marking out, I'm going to connect it from that hemming line to the crotch line. Okay, so this one aside, the next thing I'm going to do is to mark out 1 inch. That is what I'm doing right now. 1 inch at the side of my trouser, and I'll connect it also to the crotch line. Okay, so this is it. So the next thing we are going to do is to cut it out, so I will be able to cut our back trouser piece. So guys, after you must have done cutting your trouser, remember we left 2 inches for our hemming allowance down there. Okay, do not forget to add that. You are going to bring your back piece, okay, and here I have 28 inches. The reason is because the back crotch, okay, I'm going to extend it by 3 inches, as you can see me marking out, okay. And after that, I'm going to mark 1 inch at the crotch line here for the back, okay, and at the inseam just below the crotch line, okay, I'm going to use 2 inches. I'm going to mark out 2 inches around that place, and at the hemming line I'm going to mark 1 inch, okay. So now I mark 2 inches here, and I'll mark 1 inch at the hemming line, and then I'll connect it all the way back to the crotch line, okay. So once I'm done connecting the lines like this, okay, I'm going to go to the front pattern, like the front trouser, sorry guys. I'll come down by 1 inch, okay, and I'll connect a slanted line. I'm going to cut this out because you know the back is to be higher than the front piece, right? So I'll cut this out, making the back part to be higher now. Then after that, I'm going to cut out our back piece. So guys, we are done cutting out our back piece. Now at the crotch line here, you are going to measure, okay. You are going to use your nipple to nipple measurement to determine, that is if you are pleating, you use your nipple to nipple measurement to start your pleat, okay. So if your nipple to nipple is 3.5, you are going to add half inch to it, making it 4. So you are going to start your pleating at 4 inches. But if you are gathering, you don't need to do that. So as you pleat, you leave your 1 inch for zip allowance, okay, because you know I'll be attaching the zip at the side of my trouser. I just like attaching my zip at the side of my trouser. That is if I'm not sewing a trouser with flap, okay. So now this is it. I've gone ahead, I've pleated the trouser, and I've also sewn the sides together. The down part here, I've also hemmed it. Did you see that? 1 inch hemming. So guys, at this point, just go ahead to attach your band and your zip, and that is it for the pleated palazzo trouser. If you find this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and do not forget to share. Okay, click on the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload the video. Bye.